We're ready. Are you ready? Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Uishrelet Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Uishrelet Simcha. Ya la la la, 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 ya la la la. Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Uishrelet Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, Uishrelet Simcha. Uishrelet Simcha. Ya la la la, 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 ya la la la. Kol haolam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, oh, oh, oh. Kol haolam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. Hey, 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 hey. Ve'haikar, ve'haikar, lefachek, lo lefachek kal. Ve'haikar, ve'haikar, lo lefachek kal. Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la. We're all just waking up. Mitzvah, gereret mitzvah. Woo! Avera, gereret avera. Oh, mitzvah, gereret mitzvah. Gereret mitzvah. Ya la 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 la. Lihiyot tzadik. Let me hear you. Zetov, zetov. Lihiyot tzadik zemazeh. Tov me'od, oh, oh, oh. Mitzvah, gereret mitzvah. Woo! Avera, gereret avera. Oh, mitzvah, gereret mitzvah. Gereret mitzvah. Ya la 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 la. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim, sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim, sheverachim gam yachad.
When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
Everybody ready? Thumbs up. Everybody ready? Hands in the air. Everybody ready? Wave them around. Boker Tov.
Boker Or.
Can I share your microphone? Boker Tov, everyone. Good morning.
Boker Or.
Boker Tov.
Boker Or.
Oh my goodness, we're all so sleepy today. So since we have last been together, we've had a couple of things happen. We've had the time changed, which means it's a little bit darker this morning than it was when we were here last time. And it looks like it might rain today too. And also, we have a new month. It is now the month of Nisan. And who knows, who knows what holiday comes in the month of Nisan? Yeah? Passover, that's right. So let's take, and one of the things that we do on Passover is we celebrate being free, and free people can take nice, big, deep breaths. So let's all wake up our bodies a little bit by taking a nice, big, deep breath and a stretch before we sing our month song. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's see if we can get our Nissan really loud so we know that it's Nissan. Here we go. Tishrei Cheshvan Kislev Tevet Shvat Adar
Nisan.
Iyar Sivan Tammuz Av Elul. Tishrei Cheshvan Kislev Tevet Shvat Adar
Nisan.
Iyar Sivan Tammuz Av Elul.
Hey, now everyone, get ready because we're going to take a little trip to Hebrew Town.
Come on down to Hebrew Town, now it's time to meet our rootin' tootin' Hebrew team to teach us some Hebrew.
Yeehaw!
Boker Tov Kulam.
Boker Or.
Each week we have a new Hebrew letter to teach you.
This week's letter is Sameh, as seen in Seder. The Seder is the traditional Passover meal that includes reading, drinking 4 cups of wine, telling stories, eating special foods, and singing.
Torah Moavena.
Does anybody know what the word Seder means in Hebrew?
Yes, Maury Alex. Seder means order.
Order? What does order have to do with Passover?
Let me explain more, Charlotte. We celebrate the Pesach meal in a special order, or Seder. There are 15 intricate steps to the Passover Seder. The first step is Kadesh, or the blessing over the wine. The second step is Erchatz, or the purification / first hand washing. The third step is Karpas, or the blessing over the vegetables. The fourth step is Yahatz, or breaking the matzah. The fifth is Magid, or the telling of the Passover story. The sixth is Rachatz, is the second hand washing before the meal. The seventh is Motzi, or blessing for the matzah. The eighth is matzah. Everyone eats their matzah. The ninth is maror, or the bitter herbs. The 10th is korech, or the hillel sandwich. The 11th is shulchan orech, or dinner. 12th is sa'afon, eating the afikomen. 13th is barach, or blessings after the meal. 14th is halal, songs of praise. And 15th is nirtzah, or acceptance.
Wow, I didn't know we need to follow a certain order. That's so cool.
I'm so excited. I love the holiday of Pesach.
Torah Haverim for explaining for us. Hey, Yeladim v'Yeladot, we have to Alehet. Shalom Kulam, Lehitraot in the classroom.
Shalom.
Lehitraot.
Thank you, Hebrew team.
What do we say?
Todah
Rabbah.
Very good. And now it's time, everybody, for our morning blessings on Nisim B'Kol Yom. So we're going to start with our Hebrew and finish in our English, following our slides up here. And you may say them with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for knowing the difference between day and night.
Want to go ahead?
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for opening our eyes.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to stretch.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to rise.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us firm ground to stand on.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to move.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us these clothes.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us strength.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to lashevet.
Amen. All right, so today for the rap, we're going to split the room in half again, and y'all are going to call, and y'all are going to respond.
I said, hey. I said, hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
I said ho. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minion.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minion.
I said, hey. I said, you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu.
I said hey. I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. And our TAs lead us.
Baruch et Adonai.
And we all answer together, Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Leolam Vaed. Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Leolam Vaed.
And now, let's see all those hands for our sign language as we chant our Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated.
Well, that was awesome. It is so good to be together again after spring break. And as we said, it's Nisan, and we're getting ready for Passover. And before spring break, we started just practicing our 4 questions, getting that melody in our heads. And so we're going to do a little more practicing today. So we start with our very first question, which kind of just is the framing of all of them. Why is this night different from all other nights? So let's sing that one together. Here we go. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot, mikol halelot. And this first one, shebechol halelot, anu ochlim chametz umatzah, chametz umatzah. Halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Why am I going like this? Because I'm an alligator? Why do you think? Yes, I'm flattening that matzah, so flat. All right, and so on to the next question, which is all about, on all other nights we eat all kinds of vegetables. And on this night, what's the crazy vegetable that some of you may not like to eat? That horseradish, we call it. Does anybody know in Hebrew what we call it? No, we call it maror, exactly. All right, so let's sing our question about maror. Shabechol halelot, anu ochlin she'ar yirakot, she'ar yirakot. Halayla hazeh, maror, maror. Halayla hazeh, try it with me. Maror, maror. All right, and since we don't have that much time before Passover, we're going to throw in the third question today, which is all about the dipping. And so on other nights, there's no need for dipping. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. But on Passover, how many times do you dip? Twice. Twice. All right, so here we go. This is a little tricky, this language here. So let's just say these words. Shebechol halelot.
Shebechol halelot.
Ein anu matbilin.
Ein anu matbilin.
Afilu.
Afilu.
Pa'am echat.
Pa'am echad.
Which is like, you don't even need to dip once. Okay, so let's try that part. Shabechol halelot. Ein anu matbilin. Afilu pa'am echat. Afilu pa'am echat. And the next part. Halayla hazeh, shetei amim. Halayla hazeh, shetei amim. I'm going to leave you in suspense for the next one.
Oh, in suspense. One of my favorite ones, but I think we're going to have to stand up for this one.
No, because we're not going to sing it until after the story.
Oh, you're right.
So we're going to have to have,
First, we're going to have Miss Stephanie.
It's a cliffhanger. Oh boy. Okay, so now we know that we have matzah and we have maror and we dip 2 times, but we're going to have to wait to find out what the third one is, or the fourth one. I can count. Sure I can. It would help if I brought my sword. So who here went on vacation for spring break? Anybody go traveling for spring break? Lots of us. Wow. And did somebody take care of your house while you were gone or your pets while you were gone? Well, our story today is about a farmer. And our farmer was thinking that it might be getting time to retire. It might be getting time to move off the farm and move into the city and do something else. But they wanted to know which of their 3 children would take over the farm for them. And so the farmer thought about how to do this. And finally, the farmer decided, well, I want to go on vacation. So the farmer was going to go on vacation. And the farmer said to their 3 children, the farmer said, whichever one of you 3 children can take I'm going to divide the wheat fields into 3 portions, and whichever one of you can take the best care of your portion of the wheat, of your part of the wheat, will get to have the whole farm when I retire. Well, do you think the children were excited about that? Oh yeah, right? They wanted to do a good job, didn't they? Yeah, so the farmer packed their bags and they went on vacation, and they were away for a long time, much longer than just spring break. They were away for long enough that the wheat grew up, and it was time for the harvest, and then they still weren't back. And a little while later, they came back. A little while after the wheat harvest, the farmer came back. And their children, the farmer's children, were really happy to see them. If your mommy or daddy went away for a long time, you would be happy to see them when they came back, wouldn't you? Yeah, and if you were in a contest to see who was doing the best job, you would want to tell them what a great job you had done, right? Yeah, sure. So all 3 children were really excited and happy to tell the farmer about what they had done while they were away. And the first child said, you know what? I did such a good job. After the wheat was harvested, I put it in a barn so that it would be safe and it would be protected and it would be right just like you left it, and it would be all safe for here when you got back from vacation. And the farmer said, well, that sounds like a good idea. And they walked together to the barn and they opened it up. But do you know what they found? What happens to bread if you leave it on the counter and you don't put it in the refrigerator and you let it sit there for a long time? It goes bad, yeah, and the wheat did the same thing. There was a whole barn full of wheat, and it was all moldy and yucky, and there were bugs in it, and it wasn't nice. And so everybody was kind of sad. The farmer was sad, and the child was sad. Everybody was kind of sad. And so they went to the second child, and the second child said, I'm really excited. I did a good job. I also put all of the wheat in a barn and saved it for you for when we came back, but I remembered to turn on the air conditioning. And so they got to the second child's barn, and the second child's barn was full of wheat, and it was nice, and it was still fresh, and it was still good, because it was like when you put your bread in the refrigerator, right? And it's maybe a little stale, but it's fresh and it's good, and you can still eat it, right? And so they were excited, and they thought, okay, well, this is good. And the farmer said, yeah, this is good. This is good. But maybe it could be a little better. I don't know. Maybe it's not quite. It's not quite right. It's there, but it's just in the barn. And so they went to the third child. And the third child, now having seen that, that neither of their siblings really made their parent very happy, the third child said, you know what? I'm a little worried because I did something different. I didn't put the wheat in a barn. And maybe I did the wrong thing. I really wanted to do the right thing, but here's what I did. I took the wheat, and I was walking around in the town. I saw that there were people who were getting ready for Passover, and that they were thinking about that they needed wheat for matzah. And as I was walking around sort of on the outskirts of the town and outside of the town, I saw that there were even some people out there who were hungry and who didn't have enough to eat. So this is what I did, and I hope it's okay, because it's not like what my siblings did, but I took the wheat and I ground it up into flour, and I made the flour into matzah, and I took the matzah and I took it into town and I sold it to the people in the town who were getting ready for Passover so that they would have matzah for Passover. And what was left, I took out to the people who didn't have any, and I gave it away to them. And then most of the money that I got from selling the wheat in the town, I gave to tzedakah, because I felt like there wasn't enough wheat that I could even just pass out, that I needed to give more money to tzedakah. But I have a little bit of money left here so that we can buy nice food for our Seder. did I do okay? Because there's no wheat left. And the farmer said, you know what? You have done the perfect thing with our wheat. You have taken that wheat and you have made so many people happy. You've made the people in the town happy because now they have matzah for their seders. You've made the people who didn't have enough to eat happy because now they have food to eat. And you've even made us happy because now we have money to buy something really special for our seder. You have done an amazing job at taking care of our wheat. And so we have learned. So which child got to keep the farm? The third child, for sure. And we have all had something to learn from that third child, right? We have learned that it's really important when we have something, whether it's a talent that we have or whether it's treasures that we have or whatever it is, when we have something special, right, it's important to use that thing, right? Not just hide it away, not just put it in a barn and save it, but it's important to use that thing to make the world a better place. And coming up in our holiday of Passover, right? So one of the things that third child did was that they made sure that everyone had matzah for their seder. And coming up in our holiday of Passover, we have a really special tradition, which is called Ma'ot Chitim. Can you say that? Ma'ot Chitim. And Ma'ot Chitim is the tradition of making sure that everyone has matzah for their seder, whether they can afford to buy it or not. And next week at our Passover happening, we're going to learn a little bit more about that tradition of Ma'ot Chitin. Say it again, Ma'ot Chitin. We're going to learn about that a little bit more next week. So stand by for next week. It looks like we've got a lot of cliffhangers for next week.
Thank you, Miss Stephanie. I don't know about Ma'ot Chitin. Is it Chitin with a nun at the end? Okay, Chitin. We have a couple announcements this morning before we sing Brad's favorite Passover song.
Excited.
One thing is that Iyun, our parent learning group, which I've heard amazing things about, will be starting a new curriculum, Spiritual Practices in Real Life, and that starts today with Miss Stephanie. They'll meet in the Stillman Lack Library at 10:30. Everyone is welcome. You don't have to have any experience or preparation required. This is for parents, so I hope you'll join Miss Stephanie for a great learning session. And then next week, we will have all pre-K through third grade parents are invited to join us both for the regular T'filah at 9 and a special Passover song session at 11 right back here. So if you want to come sing some fun Passover songs with us, that's at 11. And then should we mention our Havdalah? Because isn't that next week?
It is next week.
I'm going to mention that.
Yes.
So next week, Saturday night, we have a special Havdalah for pre-K, first families. So if you are in that category, you're welcome. Older siblings are totally welcome to join too. It's going to be with Rabbi Fixler and Brad, and Stephanie will be there, and there's dinner and Havdalah. I think it starts at 5:15, and it's going to be really special. So hope you'll join for that.
And if you're planning on joining for that, please register by Wednesday. We need to know by Wednesday.
Register by Wednesday for that. Also, our second night Seder registration ends on Wednesday if you're coming to that too. Okay, those are all my announcements. I'm ready to sing.
Are you ready to sing?
Yes.
I am too, but I think we have to stand up for this one.
Yes.
Now we can stand up, because
Okay.
there's lots of dance moves.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, are we ready?
You're going to show us the dance moves?
Who knows how to walk like an Egyptian? How about like that one? Even though we're not singing that song, but I want to see those, because here we go. It goes a little bit like this. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go.
Oh, we got some more moves from Stephanie.
Yeah. Let's see how. Oh, she's got them all. You got all the moves?
We had a whoa, baby.
We had a whoa, baby. And then let my people go.
Let
Who's
my
got
people
that?
go.
Here we go
All right.
again. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah.
Oh, we need a hook?
Burning bush told me just the other day that I should go to Egypt and say, it's time to let my my people be free. If you won't listen to God, you better listen to me. I said a Pharaoh,
Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I said a Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, me and my people go into the Red Sea with Pharaoh's vast army coming after me. I took my staff, put it in the sand, and all of God's people walked on dry land. I said a Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, let me hear you. I said a Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
One more chorus.
One more chorus. I said a Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, yeah. I said a Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We had just gotten the huh. I felt like we needed one more, you know. All right, my friends, you can have a seat. We're going to send you on your way. It has been so good to be together this morning. So I'm going to start with my pre-K kids, and my third grade kids can head out. Amen, 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 Yisrael Chai. 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 Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. In second grade, Amen, 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 Yisrael Chai. 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 Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. And I'm going to let our first graders head out. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. And our kindergartners can head out. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Hey, ve'nu shalom alechem. Alechem. Hey, ve'nu shalom. Shooby-doo-wop, doo-wop. Hey, ve'nu shalom alechem. Alechem. Hey, ve'nu shalom. Imei matov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Imei matov u'manayim. Shevet gam yachad. Oh baby, Eloheinu shalom alechem. Alechem Eloheinu, alechem Eloheinu, alechem Eloheinu shalom. Woohoo! Or Zarua, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Uyishrelev Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Uyishrelev Simcha. Ya la la, ya la la, la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Do we need to review the clapping? Or Zarua, clap, clap, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Clap, stomp, clap, clap. Wait, do we know that part? That's the best part. Stomp, clap, stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap. Let's try it. Ready? Stomp, clap, stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap. Okay, ready? Here we go. Or Zarua, clap, clap, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Uyishrelev Simcha. Or Zarua, Lat Sadiq, Uyishrelev Simcha. Uyishrelev Simcha. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la. I think we're gonna go to Hine Matov. Hine Matov, Umanayim she'erachim gam yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim she'erachim gam yachad. How good it is,
How sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim she'erachim gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim she'erachim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, Shalom Aleikum, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleikum, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleikum, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleikum.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim she'erachim gam yachad. Hine matov,
quiet. Everyone's so quiet. Boker Tov, everyone.
Boker Or.
There you are. Amazing. So it's a little bit gray and a little bit dark. We've had the time change since the last time we were here. And so we also have had a new month start this.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So
I think the song is working.
yeah, so the month of Nisan has started, and who knows what holiday starts in the middle of Nisan? Passover, that's right. So the holiday of Passover comes in the month of Nisan, and so let's sing.
All right, let's see what they got for Nisan. Tishrei Cheshvan Kislev Tevet Shvat Adar
Nisan!
Iyar Sivan Tammuz Av Elul Tishrei Cheshvan Kislev Tevet Shvat Adar
Nisan!
Iyar Sivan Tammuz Av Elul.
All right, guys.
Oh.
Today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do a rap battle. Yeah.
You can stand up if you want to.
But you stand up at the end, so I don't know. Well, you could.
So you might as well stand up now.
Which side's starting?
And we're gonna start.
All right, guys, we're responding.
Go.
Here we go.
I said ho.
I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
I said ho. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minion.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minion.
I said hey. I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch.
I said hey. I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu.
Amazing. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. And all the TAs in the room lead us. And we answer together, Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Everyone take a deep breath in. Get your hand signs ready for Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated unless you want to come be a leader of Ve'ahavta. You can come on up. I think our 7th graders are doing something else today. Maybe. They're not here today. Look at this great group of Ve'ahavta leaders. All right, and everyone, I hope we'll all sing together, led by them, but all joining in. All right.
But you have to be coming front. If you're all the way in the back, you have to be on these steps, people. Hey, I see feet in the back. You guys can go sit, or you can come be on the steps, okay? Those are your choices. Guys in the back, come be on the steps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha ubechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uv'tavtam Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Thank you to our leaders.
You guys were awesome.
All right. Cool. And now it is time for us to sing the Micha Mocha.
For the Amidah. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Elohei Rachel Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Vehanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Gila Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Ata Rav Le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Nichamocha Bagevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah Lehachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. You may be seated. And we're going to take just a moment for silent prayer. And so if you can't think of anything, you can think of 5 things you're grateful for, just quietly to yourself. Take a moment now. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Uyase shalom. Uyase shalom. Uyase shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
Dropping stuff. So who went on spring break this year? Who went away? Who traveled on spring break? Yeah, and when you were away, did you have somebody who was taking care of your house or taking care of you? Did you have somebody who was taking care of your house or taking care of your pets or something like that for you while you were away? Yeah? No? No? Well, our story today is about a farmer who needed someone to take care of their stuff and what happened. So this farmer was getting a little bit older and was thinking that it might be time to start thinking about retiring. But they had a problem. They had 3 amazing children, and they needed to know which one of the 3 children should get the farm when it was time for them to retire. So what to do? So the farmer decided that instead of just like picking the oldest or something like that, that they would have a little bit of a contest. and that it was really important to them that their farm be taken care of well, so that what they decided to do was they decided to go on vacation, on a pretty long vacation. And they divided their farm, they divided the wheat on their farm into 3 sections. And they said that each of their 3 children should take care of one section of the wheat. And whoever did the best job of taking care of the wheat while the farmer was on vacation would get to be responsible for the whole farm once the farmer retired. So obviously the three children wanted to do a good job, right? They were really excited. They wanted to do a good job. They wanted to do their very best to take care of the wheat. And so the farmer packed their bags and went off on vacation. And they were gone a long time. They were gone for long enough that all of the wheat got harvested. And it was almost time. It's almost this time of year. It was almost time for Passover. And the farmer came back, and their 3 children were really excited to see them. You know, when your parents ever go on a long business trip or a trip without you, are you happy to see them when they get home? Yeah. So they were really happy to see them, and they all wanted to show what a great job they had done taking care of the wheat. They all did their very, very best. And the first child says, guess what? I did such a good job. I took care of the wheat. I made sure that it all got harvested, and I put it in a barn, and so it's all safe and ready for us to have. And they were really excited. They thought they had done their very, very best. And so the family went over to the barn where the first child had put their wheat, and they went inside. And what did you think they found? Well, so what happens if you leave bread on the counter for a really long time? It gets stale and it gets moldy, and maybe there's some bugs in it, and maybe some animals come and eat on it, right? Yeah, And that's what had happened to the wheat in the barn. It had gotten rotten, and it had gotten moldy and icky, and there were bugs in it, and just no good. So it was wasted. So everybody was really sad because the child thought that they had done the right thing, that they had protected the wheat, and it had gone to waste. And so they all walked over to the second child. The second child said, guess what? I took care of the wheat too. I protected the wheat. And you know what? I put it in a barn too, except I remembered to turn on the air conditioning. And so what happens when you put bread in the refrigerator for a long time? What? Who puts bread in the refrigerator? Well, I mean, if you're not going to eat it up quick enough for it not to get moldy, you want to put it in the refrigerator, right? And so they put it in the refrigerator, but is bread really, is it its best when you put it in the refrigerator for a really long time? No, it gets kind of stale and it gets kind of hard, right? And so the second child, they had their wheat, and it was all there, every grain of it, it was all there, and it was safe, and it wasn't moldy, and it wasn't yucky, but it was there, but it wasn't really doing anybody any good there, right? So it was better, it was all there, and they could do something with it then, but it wasn't the best. And so this is all as the third child is watching what's happening with their siblings and seeing that maybe what they thought was the best thing wasn't really the best thing. They started to get very nervous because they wanted to do the best thing too, and they had done something very, very different. And they said, you know what? I'm a little nervous because I wanted to do a great job, and I see that like my siblings, like every grain of wheat is there and accounted for in their barns, and I don't have any wheat in my barn. I did something a little bit different, and I hope it's okay. Here's what I did. When I was walking around in the town, I saw that there were people getting ready for Passover. And I knew that they needed matzah for Passover, and I knew that we use wheat to make matzah. And as I was walking around some of the houses, I noticed that there were people in those houses who didn't have enough to eat. And it made me really sad, and it made me worried for the people who didn't have enough to eat. And I thought, well, you know what? Our wheat is really lovely and delicious, and I bet it would make great matzah. And so what I did was I took all the wheat and I ground it into flour, and I used it to make matzah. And I took the matzah into town and I sold it to the people in the town who could buy it, and they bought it for their seders. And so they were going to have matzah for their seders, and they were going to have matzah for Passover, and I thought that was really great. And I had some left over, and so I took that and I gave it to the people who couldn't afford to buy it. And so then I had some money, but I didn't have any more wheat left, but I had some money, and I took some of that money and I gave it to tzedakah, because I felt like even with the wheat that we gave away, that maybe it wasn't enough. But I kept some of the money, and so now we have some money to buy a really nice dinner for our Passover Seder. But I didn't keep the wheat. Is that okay? Wow. What do you think the farmer said? Yeah. Right? So the farmer was like, yes, this is amazing. This is exactly what I wanted to have happen. Because now the wheat, not only did you take care of the wheat, you took care of all of the people in our town. You made sure that everyone would have matzah for Passover, and you made sure that we would have something nice too. That was the best way to take care of our treasure. And so who do you think got the farm? The third child, right? And so we all want to be like that third child, right? We may not have any wheat. I don't know about y'all, but my garden is about the size of this table. I don't think I could feed a village with what I could grow on it. But we all have things. We all have treasures. We all have things inside us. We all have gifts. We all have talents. We all have things that we can share with the world and make the world a better place, and make ourselves, and do something nice for ourselves too on the side. So as we come into the holiday of Passover, right, this idea of making sure that everyone has matzah is a mitzvah called ma'ot chitim. Can you say ma'ot chitim?
Ma'ot chitim.
Right, and it means money for wheat. And it's the mitzvah of making sure that everybody, no matter how much money they have or what they're able to afford, is able to have matzah for Passover. And next week, when we do our Passover happening, we're going to learn a little bit more about that. But I just wanted to plant that seed for next week.
Pun intended.
Pun intended.
All right. Thank you for that beautiful story. We have one more song to sing. It's Brad's favorite.
It's my favorite for this time of the year.
All right, we got to learn these moves, or at least review them.
We have to learn these moves. Who can walk like an Egyptian? Oh. Walk like, I need to know. Anybody? Can't do that. Let's stand up for this one. Here we go. I need everybody's help. Here we go. And give me one of these. Give me one of these. And now swap. Give me one of these. And now put your arms way up in the air and bring them down and cradle the baby. And then say, no, no, no.
No,
and now give me a big, Oh, no, you guys can do better than that. Give me a big, Oh, there you are. All right, let's try this. Here we go. It goes a little bit like this. I said a Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm turning my mic off. No microphone. Challenge. You all, must be 80 of you here, have to be louder than me. Think you can do it?
I don't think they can do it.
I don't believe it. Okay, let's try it. Here we go. And
Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, yeah, I said Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, yeah.
A burning bush told me just the other day that
I should go to Egypt and say,
it's time
to let my people be free. If you won't listen to God, you better I said, Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, I said, Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Whoa. Yeah, yeah. Well, me and my people going to the Red Sea.
With
Pharaoh's
Pharaoh's army coming after me. I took my staff, I put it in the sand, and all of God's people walked on dry land.
One more time, I said, Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, I said, Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Whoa, baby, let my people go. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was pretty good. I think they beat you, Brad.
I'm pretty sure they did.
All right.
I tried hard.
You did great. You did great. Everybody did great. All right, everyone. Well, it is time to go on your way. It has been so nice to be together this morning. And so we'll start by sending our 6th graders off. Amen. 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 Yisrael Chai. 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 4th grade, 5th grade. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Amen, 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 Yisrael Chai. Amen, 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 Yisrael Chai. And 4th grade. Amen, Amen, Yisrael Chai. Amen, 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 Yisrael Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Woo! Go team! That was a fun one. So fun. They did great.